Good morning, class. This is the virtual me, which I'm giving birth to as I speak. Today we're going to look at language universals and diversity. But before we get there, we need to think about a much more basic question. What is language? Everyone will probably agree that language is a great tool for communication, which leads us to another basic question. What is communication? Suppose I see a house on fire, and suppose I want to communicate this to someone like you. So I run over to you with this picture of the burning house in my head, and I tell you, "The house is on fire!" And by the time I finished my sentence, you will know that I think that the house is on fire. That's successful communication. At the end of it, you know what I think, or at least what I want you to think that I think. Now suppose that instead Arnold is coming over to your house, and he's panicking because the house is on fire, so he forgets to speak English and he says, "Das Haus brennt," which is German for "the house is on fire." If you don't speak German, then you don't know what Arnold thinks. All you know is that he said something in a foreign language. But then there was no successful communication. So now, here's your challenge. If you were to design a language, what would it look like? And don't forget, your language should be ideally suited for communication between humans. No mind reading or telepathy allowed. The second thing I want you to think about is how your actual language differs from that ideal that you came up with. We'll talk about the Tower of Babel later on. The real me will be in charge for that one. And while you're thinking, why don't you also think about how your language differs from animal communication systems? So, get started. You have 3 questions to think about. And now I'm going to hand it over to the real me again.